Hello everyone, and welcome to the tutorial for the Internet Interpreter Scheduling System. I'm going to walk you through how to use the new system. We're very excited to have it, and it's really quite user-friendly and easy to use. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact us and we'll be sure to explain whatever it is you may have a question about. The best browser to use for this particular website is Internet Explorer. However, it will work on Chrome and Firefox. It will also work on your smartphone, so you can access this anywhere on your phone as well. There's not an app for it yet, but you can go to the website on your phone's browser. So what you'll do is you'll put your username and password in, and I'll give you a username and password after watching the tutorial. There'll be a keyword that comes up. You'll just have to email me the keyword, and that will show that you've watched the tutorial, and I will give you a username and password, and you can begin to use the system. So you'll enter your username and password. You'll click Login, and this will take you to the home screen. And on the home screen, it will have little reminders of things that are coming up in the most recent time. It doesn't have all your information, it just has the highlights. As you can see, the sample interpreter does not have any scheduled appointments for today or tomorrow. But if they did, they would show up there. You can see that this mock interpreter has two appointments on their schedule, none in their folder, and I'll explain the difference for that in a moment. 5 available appointments in the public folder. I'll explain that in a moment too. And these two areas, the time finished and rescan vouchers, we will not be using now. So you can disregard those areas for right now. So the first thing you're going to want to do is come into your profile. Just click on My Profile and just make sure that the information we've entered for you is correct. Try not to make any changes to the actual address or phone numbers. Please just let us know if there's an error and we will make those changes just to lessen the impact of any mistakes. In this area is the email notification configuration area, and you can check off whatever box you would like for whatever type of alert you would like to receive. So if you want to receive email notifications for all of these things, then make sure every box is checked. If you don't want to receive email notifications for any of it, then make sure none of them are checked. My suggestion would be you get emailed when appointments are canceled and when they're sent to your schedule, at least. However, you can play with it however you'd like and have whatever boxes work for you checked off. You can also get text about jobs, and if you want to get text messages about them, you can put in your carrier, your phone number, and check off the boxes that will get you a text message when an appointment's canceled or sent to your inbox. This might be a nice one to have for text message, but you should probably just get email notifications for the rest of them. However, you can come through and change it as much as you need, so play around. Right here is your availability schedule. So we really want to make sure that you know how to use this. This is really simple. You're just going to check off when you are available. So if you're always going to be available for our agency, make sure that every box is checked off. If there's a block of time or certain days of the week that you will not be available to work, then you can go ahead and uncheck those days, and you won't receive any work for those days. We won't even have the option to pick you as an interpreter. So that can lessen the amount of emails you get for things, especially if let's say you're working at Sorensen all day on Thursdays, so you can't even accept work from us on Thursdays. You can just take Thursdays right off, and we won't bother you with any work for those days. And if your schedule changes, you can come back on and change that as well. When you've done making any changes to your schedule and your notifications, whether you're getting text or email, you want to come to the bottom here and hit Save. Very important that you hit Save when you're done making any changes. And you'll see a little disclaimer that says your changes have been updated. So that means that the change went through and you're good to go. So that's your profile. Another nifty thing is time off. If you're going to go on vacation and there's going to be a set amount of time that you're not going to be around and you don't want to get emails of whether or not you can work during that time, you just want to be blocked out, you can just go in and put your vacation in. And you'll want to hit Add. You can use the little pop-up calendar and pick the dates that you'll be on vacation, or you can type them in. Remember, 2-digit month, day, and 4-digit year in order for it to work. So let's say I'm going to also be off on the 1st of December. All right. and I'll be off until the 3rd. So there we go. And we'll say 12 o'clock a.m. to 11:59 p.m. All right, and let's just say off. That's as much as you need to do. You just have to put something in for the event. And as you can see, it adds them. Okay? And so you won't receive any work requests for those days. We won't even have the option to pick you as an interpreter, so it'll be nice. If you make a mistake and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna be off the 1st and the 2nd, you can click on the day, see how it pops up here. You can make any changes to it, or you can just hit delete. And then as you see, the date goes away. Okay? So that's it for time off. You can add dates and subtract dates as needed through that. The not working area, we're not going to use that, so don't worry about that. Change password. You're going to have to come here once you get your username and password. It will prompt you to change your password, so you'll just have to do that. That's pretty easy and self-explanatory. So let's go back up to the top and take a quick run through of all the options. Under appointments, see where it says appointment intake? If you click on that, you will not have access to intaking appointments. So you'll see that you don't have the necessary rights. You won't be intaking appointments. That's something we do at the agency, but it's an option for the system. You can view your schedule. So if you click on that, this will show the most recent appointments in your schedule. This person has an appointment coming up in 2 days that they have accepted. There's the difference between your schedule and your folder. Your schedule is work that you've accepted, that you've said yes, you're going to go to, and so that's been scheduled to you. Your folder is work that we've said, hey, do you want to do this stuff? Or you've been requested for that stuff. And so that your folder will be filled with jobs that you haven't accepted yet. And so you want to make sure you go through your folder and accept work. And then the available appointments, that's what we consider the public jobs, which means we don't have a particular interpreter in mind for it, so it can be first come, first serve. Anybody can pretty much take the job. So we'll put that in the available appointments folder. That will by no means not be all of the jobs we get, so nobody panic. It's not a Shark Tank. We will still be doling out assignments to people when we find the appropriate interpreter. We will send them to that interpreter. But if it's a job that anybody can take and we have nobody really in mind for it, it's a first come, first serve. That's where it will be. So check the available appointments folder as well. So if you look, you say, okay, here's an appointment coming up the 21st. It has the clinic and the venue. It has the date, the time, the duration, if there's a gender request, the language that's requested. Here's the location for the appointment, meet and lobby. Here's the address, why we would like an interpreter for that appointment. The service recipient is the deaf individual. We will only have their name on here. The reference number will only be added if the hiring entity, the company who's hiring the interpreter, has a reference number. Otherwise, you'll usually see 9999. So if for some reason you can't cover this job after you've accepted it, you just need to let us know who's subbing for you, and you click on Cannot Cover. Otherwise, this is on your schedule. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, well, geez, I accepted way more than one job. I know I've got 20 or 30 jobs that I've accepted. How come they're not showing up? This is just going to show you the most recent things. If you want to see everything that you've been scheduled for, the easiest thing to do is go down to this Revise Search button, and it will take you to a search screen. And you can do this anywhere in View My Schedule, View My Folder, or View Available Appointments. If you leave all of this blank, and you just hit the Search button right here, what will happen is it will show you every single job that you're scheduled for. Now, this interpreter is only scheduled for 2 jobs. It's a mock interpreter. I didn't want to go crazy with that. So the only jobs that this interpreter has accepted are 2 of them. But again, if the interpreter could not cover it, it would just click Cannot Cover, and it would be sent back to Julie to take care of it. Now, in this interpreter's folder, as you can see, nothing's showing up, which means there's nothing in the next couple days that this interpreter has been given in their folder. But that doesn't mean it's nothing that's been given. You want to click on that Revise Search button again. All right. And you want to click on search. And then now you can see all of the jobs that were given to this interpreter in their folder. So these are all the jobs that we've asked if they could do. So you just click on the job and you can see all the information pop up for it. And this interpreter's like, yep, I'll take it. So you click I will take it, and it will go to your schedule, as you see here. This appointment has been moved to your schedule. And you can go through all of your jobs in your folder and decide whether or not you can take them or not. So you're okay, great. And then you come upon this one and you're like, oh, you know what? I can't do that one. Okay, fine. Click on cannot cover, and it will be removed from your folder. So if you can't do it, you click on cannot cover, and if you can, you'll take it. Pretty easy. So that's your folder. That's when you've been requested. View available appointments is the same thing. Right there I have none, and I've done that on purpose so that I can keep showing you that revised search. And you'll just leave it blank if you want everything. And here will be every job that's in the public folder, which right now just is mock jobs. And you can go through and decide, yep, I can take that one. You know, this patient has knee surgery. I like doing knee surgeries. There you go. So it's the same process for view my schedule, view my folder, and view available appointments. Don't forget, if you want to see everything, you can click on revise search, leave it blank, click on search, and it will show everything. Okay? If you want to search for anything in specific, then you can hit revise search. And let's say you think, oh, you know, when is my appointment for, you know, Jane Doe? You can put in, you know, Doe, Jane, and you can search for all appointments for Jane Doe. So that's nice. Now, there's none in there, but it's nice that you can do that. Time finish, we're not going to have you do time finish, so you can just skip that for right now. And rescan voucher requests, you can skip that because we won't be doing either one of those things with you right now. So time finish, right now we're still going to ask you guys to send in invoices. If we decide to change that, then we will do the time finish. But for right now, we still want you guys to send in invoices, okay? Here's some reports you can decide to look at if you wish. It's up to you. They're just some nifty things. It can tell you what you've been paid for, what work you've accepted. The interpreter evaluation summary, we're not doing evaluations, but if we did, that's where you could find it. So you won't find anything under that report for now. And that's pretty much the entire system and the extent that you'll need to use it. It's pretty simple, so give it a try. Here is your keyword, so please go ahead and email me the word hand waves in capital. Please make sure you give it to me in caps lock, in capital. You can email me the word hand waves, and I will give you a username and password, and you can go ahead and start using the system and let us know what you think. I really think you're going to like it. So thank you very much for your time, and I'm sure I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.